What up, what up, what up? Give me a Lima Charlie if you can hear me loud and clear, man. Hopefully y'all are having a good one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the heck you are in the world. Thanks for kicking it with your boy for another live stream. My name is Marine X. I'm just here to talk about some everyday carries, some tariff type stuff, some prep type stuff, whatever the case may be, man. And shame on myself. I should have had this. I should already had this lit. Okay. You're kind of catching me slipping a little bit, just kind of vibing out, rocking out. But bro, today is supposed to be our first 100-degree temperature day here in the DFW Metroplex. What's the temperature going to be for where you're located? When they said it was going to be 100 degrees, normally when I live stream, there's an AC right here. See, normally I try to be nice and I turn the AC off whenever I live stream. Nah, we not doing that today, bro. We are not doing that today, man. So let me know what the temperature is in your neck of the woods. Let me know what you are having your pocket for today. I am lighting up a Wise Man. I don't know if you can really see. It's probably kind of dark-ish over there in that corner. But I'm lighting up a Wise Man. Maybe I'll pull up the actual cigar page itself. But this thing has a good aroma to it, man. So let me know with all that. Let me get this going. It's not bad, man. That thing is the floral part of that. I will give that the Wise Man cigar. Let's look that up real quick. So is it a Maduro? Oh man, this is where I get lost in the sauce. Well, first off, yeah, let me know what you guys got in your pocket. This is what I'm smoking on right now. The Wise Man Corojo Corona. I don't know if mine's a 2024 batch, but I will say that first floral scent that I just got, yeah, that thing was getting the job done. That thing is definitely getting the job done, man. Hopefully y'all are having a good old time. Y'all are having a good morning so far. We'll talk about what I have in my pocket. We'll talk about some new knives that are about to drop. And then I'm going to drop a video here probably in the next, as soon as this live stream is over, I'll probably drop a video in regards to just these tariffs. NAS, HTF stuff I think you should be prepping for in any of that type of stuff. And you'll see in the upper left hand corner of my screen, put a Q colon in front of your question or your comment, and it will help gain my attention. So as you guys are chatting it up or whatever, if you really want me to read your comment or your question, put a Q and a colon in front of it. And of course, I would try my best to get to your question or your comment and all of that good stuff. Who's already in the building? Tater Dom is up in the piece, man. Hey, thanks for kicking the door in. Hopefully all is well and you're having a good time. Says good morning, X. Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you kicking the door in. Redskin Faithful, hopefully all is well with you. So that is a good one as well. Let's see. Ember 13, what up? He just says, yee. Hey, Luis Perez, thanks for kicking the door in as well. Let's see. Heat Stroke 251. Heat Stroke, you might be doing exactly what I was just talking about with this weather, bro. This heat stroke is no joke. True Budget EDC, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. Let me know what's in your pocket. Jake 48 is in the building as well. Thanks for kicking the door in. All the confirmations for loud and clear. We appreciate that. Joseph, hopefully all is well with you, Mr. Aguilera. Use them or lose them. Anybody got any alibis? Use them or lose them. Make that stuff happen as well. Morning. I recently bought the Viktos Upscale 3 sling bag. I recommend you take a look at it if you get a chance. Field trip, Fredo. Field trip. So I did check out their bag at at SHOT Show. Viktos had a really big, I wouldn't say really big booth, but for a bag company, they had a decent sized booth at SHOT Show in Vegas. And so while I was there, I checked out a lot of stuff that they had. They had a lot of different slings, and they had a lot of fannies and crossbodies. And the thing I like about Viktos is that they are partnered with Premier Body Armor, which leads me to believe you're more of a legit company if Premier Body Armor is partnering and providing armor for your bags, as you can see right here. So that's a good thing. And I like the fact that they are also producing CCW off-body bags. I didn't pick one up that day, but I did get a point of contact with the company themselves, just in case I wanted to make liaison with them. The thing that really caught my attention, I really wanted to see, is it the sling bags had me most interested in? Maybe it was the fannies. I like the way that their stuff is outfitted. I just don't know. It says 30% off all made for military plus $10 shipping. I don't know. The pricing seems a little off. It just seems a little wonky. I feel like that deal should be year round, but maybe I'm just tripping. Crossbody and waist bags. So I saw this upscale hip bag. I'm assuming this is CCW because it is zipper pull. Yep, you can definitely rock a weapon inside of that. And then they have messengers. That messenger seems pricey, but you know what? This messenger I saw in person at SHOT Show, and it feels substantial. Like, it feels very well made. It's $180, and I can understand why they're charging $180 because it felt, I hate use the word robust, but it did. But for this type of money, I would be more prone to get an Eberly stock. I don't know. It's a nice little setup. But what I will do is I'm going to save this in my discoveries page. Good looking out. Appreciate that. Yeah, let me know if you guys got anything you want me to check out or anything like that. Absolutely. Let me know. My favorite EDC light is the Wedge 5 years strong. For the Streamlight Wedge, says Lewis. Let me tell you something. So in my pocket, I am testing out. I'm going to use this other flashlight to illuminate. I'm going to use this other flashlight to illuminate this flashlight because I don't have my my ducks in a row right now. But I'm carrying with me right now. Still can't see it. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. So I'm rocking the Wuben X4. Okay. So this will be dropping. It's on Kickstarter now. They sent me out a copy to test out. And it's, you know, listen, it's okay. Wuben's getting a little, I think they need to slow down a little bit with their releases. Okay, let some of their flashlights breathe. And the issue I have with the Wuben X4 is I got the Wuben X4 the exact same time I got this flashlight from Loop Gear. Talon Sai he just talked about it in one of his videos, and I feel a little bad because this flashlight here is the SK5 Pro. This thing is significantly better in my opinion then the Wuben X4, and I got him in my post office box the exact same day. And it's unfortunate for the Wuben because this thing feels more substantial, but the Wuben does cost less money. But I took both of them out on a one-wheel trip, and I ride my one wheel a lot at nighttime because I got kids and I have to wait for them to go to sleep. I mean, it's just so, the features on this light, it has a decent spot. It has a decent flood. You're also getting a good lockout mode. The wheel on this is very easy to use. The light on the front is actually usable. Whereas this Wuben light, it does have the light on the front. Okay, that's good. You can go brighter or lighter on the light on the front. And then it has only a flood spot mixture. It's not the best. And in the very top, they decided to make the very top mode on here a moonbeam, which you can, I'm shining right towards the camera because it's not very bright. But I feel like it was, I feel like they just did something with the last one. And these Wuben lights, I almost kind of want them to slow down a little bit. With the 27 months, Mike and Ike's EDC, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. He says, what up, X? Hey, what up, man? Thanks for kicking the door in. But the wedge, bro, the Streamline wedge is a banger. I'll be doing I might do a video on this Wuben X4. This is what I'm going to probably do. I know they sent this light to other creators. I'll probably wait to see what the other creators' thoughts are. Sometimes I don't like doing that because I don't want their thoughts to flood into my thoughts. But I don't know if I want to make a video on this light. I don't know if I find it. I don't want to be overly negative about the light. And right now, if I filmed a video today, I will be overly negative about the Wuben X4. And they are currently, I mean, they're trying to sell some lights. I don't want to just be the guy that, you know, the risk when you send a YouTuber, at least YouTubers that are trying to be honest, you know, the risk of sending us a flashlight or sending us gear. They're trying to push this right now. They've made their pledge goal. The pledge goal was $1,600 to take this from prototype to manufacturing. Well, they made the pledge goal. They made $137,000 on Kickstarter. So they're going to go to manufacturing. Okay. Look, I mean, 28 days left in the pledge. How much is this right now? How much is 348 Hong Kongs? Oh, 44 US dollars. So I don't even know what the real price is going to be. I don't even know what the real price is going to be on this, but yeah, I just want them to kind of want them to slow down a little bit. Because when you got something like that versus, I know it's only $45, and I am going to say it is less than half the price of the Loop Gear flashlight. But the Loop Gear is just something about this Loop Gear flashlight. I like it a lot. The Loop Gear, you can get it for like $119. So on their website, it's $120 right now for this flashlight. I think they sent me the one with 5,700 Kelvin, so it's $122. And if you want it from Amazon, it's going to cost you $149, but 20% off. So 15 times 2 is minus $30. So this is also $119 on Amazon. I'm trying to do math for Marines in real life, but I don't know, man. It's kind of hard. Let me know what you guys got in your pocket. Let me know what you got going on as well. 84 high in Phoenix today, says Lewis. Bro, I think right now I would take 84. And as I mentioned, I normally would try to not have the AC on during a live stream, but we can't do that today. I have to make a decision. Either I have to open the man cave door, which lets AC in from the house into the man cave, and not smoke a cigar because I can't smoke a cigar when that door is open, or close the door, smoke a cigar, and have my AC going. So I made a decision, bro. What do you think about the Eggnog wallet by Haley Strategic, like Incognito? Let's look it up, bro. So this is the wallet that Redskin Faithful is talking about. It's out of stock, $95. this is the bundle. So if we go here, everyday carry, holsters, blades, hats, lifestyle, swag, chest rigs. I don't know. First off, it looks like it is very, very streamlined and slim. I love the fact that it's just like bifold. But what's the standout feature about this? Classic bifold design, high constructed, lightweight, laminate materials, one ID window, 3 card slots, and an elastic sleeve. Made in the USA from USA material. And you see what they did here, guys? Okay, listen, Redskin Faithful, I'm liking this. They are not only are made in the USA, but they're noting that it's Berry compliant. I know that's like very boring stuff, but they're talking to the government when they use that language. Berry compliant means that the textiles that they use in this meets the Buy American Act for Made in America. Like, this is some real Made in America shit. Sometimes you can call yourself Made in America if your stuff is so many percentage made and assembled in the USA. But they're trying to say that if they win a government contract, they are Berry compliant. I don't know much about the wallet, bro, but the fact that they're Berry compliant makes me feel good. The fact that they're doing collaborations with Tor Knives, which I like the Tor knives that I have. Yeah, $95 feels steep, but just those things makes it feel worth it. Like, just those things makes it feel worth it. You know, but what do I know? What do I know? True Budget says, I have the Ranger Green Bug Out, the Leatherman Curl, the Godek camo, the Hank. He has the Roop number 9 coin, a Leo hot sauce. Wait, Leo hot sauce? Like literally a hot sauce package? Field trip. I gotta look that up. And then he has a Swiss Army knife climber. What is a Leo? Is that like, is that some EDC term I've never heard of, bro? Is that a term that I've never heard when it comes to that? Or is it like literally this? Are you literally rocking some hot sauce? Hey, listen. Hey, man, you do you, man. You know what I'm saying? You do. I feel you, because there's some times I need some goddamn hot sauce on my chicken. Benjamin Reed, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Kershaw Iridium, the Phoenix the ER06 Leatherman Surge in the Gerber Chonk. Okay, so I like the Iridium. Which one is the Phoenix ER06? Field trip. Let's look that shit up real quick. So this is the rechargeable. Oh, okay. So I think this is version 1. I think they're on V2 of this, maybe even V3. But these little rechargeable flashlights that Phoenix is pumping out, especially the fact that they're keychain size, these things are great, bro. These things are fantastic. Of course, I love the Leatherman Surge. Of course, I love me some Leatherman Surge. What's your opinion on T.Kell Knives? Bro, come on. T.Kell Knives seems to recently just, T.Kell Knives, Joseph, recently just has me like by the scrotum. That's what's being carried today. I got the lighting real moody in the man cave. You guys, I gotta apologize. Let me start my 3-part apology now. Let me start my 3-part apology now. But yeah, I definitely, I'm carrying a T.Kell DP1 right now. And one thing I would say about T.Kell Knives is I like what Tim is doing over there. I like what he's doing with his swedge on his knives. I think are dope. And this is one of the sliciest little fixies that I've had. I like the fact that he's a prior Marine like I am. I like the fact he's a big Second Amendment guy. He's making stuff in America. And I also like the fact that he lets you order a knife and just tells you how long it's going to take to get your shit. Like, he would just tell you, hey, listen, you are more than welcome to order this knife. You're going to get it in 4 months. He'll just tell you like you're more than, or you can try to get a drop, right? But he'll just say, like, you want a Guardian? Okay, great. Configure it. Order it right now. And when you order it, allow 3 to 6 months for delivery. I like that type of stuff. Sometimes the drop game is fun, right? You guys like to get those curators from JRW. You guys like to get stuff from Montana Knife Company. They work based off drops versus, you know, a drop is basically when a small batch maker is done making a batch of knives or a batch of items and they drop it. Some people like working off that, right? But then there are folks that just like you configure your shit and just order it. You'll get it when you get it. I can appreciate that. So I like them. I like what they're doing over there. Morning from Frisco. You're down the street, bro. Right down the street. Appreciate you kicking the door in. 70 degrees for True Budget EDC. Stopping by to smash that like button. Hey, appreciate you kicking that door in. 80 degrees in the murder capital. Is the murder capital Mississippi right now? Is it Detroit? Or is it New Orleans? Where's the murder capital? Use them or lose them. The Faraday bags that I use right now I actually only have 2 Faraday systems. I have a Faraday case that I bought from Amazon. I don't know who the maker is. And that's what I use to put any of our critical gear that we have for an entire family. And then I have the smaller Faraday bags that I got from Eberly stock, which is good for like a tablet size. It can fit basically any cell phone on the market. Field trip. Let's go to Eberly stock Faraday. They sell these new Faraday. They have these blocker pouches that I got from Eberly stock. And these things are only $40. Now, the way I had to test this out is I had to put my cell phone inside of this, and I didn't put it on airplane mode. And I wanted to see how fast my cell phone would die. And my cell phone was aggressively looking for a signal, and it died pretty fast. So I know the Faraday features of this works, because as soon as I put my phone inside, my family, we have a tracking app. They can no longer see me on the tracking app, so it was blocking all signals. And my phone was constantly looking for a signal. So if you use this Faraday system, I would just recommend that you put your phone on airplane mode, because it will definitely kill your battery and all of that good stuff. As mentioned earlier, celebrating the 27 months. Appreciate you being with your boy for over 2 years. Hey, what up there, Devil Dog? Appreciate you kicking the door in. Semper Fi. Hopefully you're having a good one. Hey, Jesse, hopefully all is well with you. My work truck AC blasting. Bro, speaking of trucks, there are trucks that have been on the market that have been sitting on some people's lots for over 700 days. Any of those trucks that you see at some of these lots where they're lifted already and they're already, they're coming in and people are paying these extra prices. Like some of these dealers and their trucks some of their inventory is just sitting for a very, very long time. So when I initially bought my truck, I bought it from a website called, I can't even remember the name of them. They're out of business. Let's just put it like that. Where I bought my truck from, I bought it pre-lifted. That company has since gone out of business. But let me just give you an example. Okay. They have a 2019 High Country. This thing is 6 years old. And it already has 61,000 miles on it. They want $47,000 for a 6-year-old truck just because they put a lift kit on it. It has a short bed on it. There's nothing special about this truck other than the lift kit. Oh, it's a High Country. Okay, whoop-de freaking do. So maybe it's a 6.2 instead of a 5.3. Okay, that's great. But that's $47,000 for a short bed truck, 6.2 inch engine. When I bought my truck in 2017. It was a 2015, so it was 2 years old. It had 19,000 miles on it. It was also pre-lifted, and I spent $42,000 on it. So imagine how pricing has gone out of this world crazy, bro, for pre-lifted trucks. I mean, pricing has just gone out of control for pre-lifted trucks. And so I'm just like, man, I am just sitting on my stuff. If I can sit on it and not have to do anything to concern myself with getting a new one or anything like that, I do it 100%. I'll do that all day 100%. This is what my truck looks like now. I've had this thing. It's completely paid off. I have no reason at all to get another one. I have a standard bed instead of a short bed. So I have a 6 feet 6 inch bed. So my bed is longer. Crew cab. Everything I needed to do. So for now, I'm sitting on top of that. So you're sitting in your work truck, bro, chilling. Hey, if it's your work truck that you own, hold on to it. If your company tell your company to hold on to it, Matriarch 2 and the Civivi. Okay, gotcha. Let me look that up. Speaking of Civivi, because we're going to take a look at them in a second, because they just came out with the Buster. Civivi, and it's a very few companies who are willing to use the super lock. Civivi is one of them when it comes to these knives. Civivi is one of them. So this is a flipper. Okay. $75, 14C 28N. I like the way this looks. Like, I feel like if you were pinching on this knife for any specific reason, using it for you could almost pinch grip the middle. And it's like I wouldn't say it's a fuller, but it's not, because you can't access it while the knife is closed. But at least they're giving you something different. Speaking of giving you something different, they have up for pre-order the Buster. They're coming up with another knife with the super lock. It's going to be $115. Nitro V. Feels a little pricey, but I get it. They're trying to use a super lock, so it comes more technology and more engineering has to go into this knife. I just don't know how I feel about it paying $115 for a folding Nitro V knife. G10 scales. And listen, a lot of folks have been trying, not a lot of people have been really messing with the super lock. Okay, so we got the tactile chupacabra. This uses the super lock, which is on the very back here. The super lock is you disengage from the back. I mean, it's a good lock, a very good lockup. But this thing here, I don't know. I like the super lock. I like what people are doing with it. I want to see more people use it. I like the fact that the inventor of it, he just has it out there for any company to use. He does not care. He does not care. So that's what's up. Q code in front of your question or your comment. Oh, it comes. Okay, so Redskin says that the Incog wallet, it comes with G10 Snake Doctor knife made by Knives that hides in the wallet. Okay, I see why the price is $95. Okay, that price makes more sense now, bro. That makes more sense. Oh, it's pepper spray. Bro. Hey, listen, if you want an EDC hot sauce, it might just be that effing important to you. Whether you're going to Fuzzy's, you're going to McDonald's, you're going to goddamn KFC, you're going to wherever, that you always have your hot sauce with you, man. I was not going to knock you, man. I was not going to knock you. I don't know why. I don't know, like the Wurkkos. Could you please try the TS10 in the copper in titanium? I have experience in high-end flashlight in the TS10 is amazing. What's the candela on there? I know Wurkkos and a few other companies are coming out of the same factory. The issue I have with Wurkkos, not all Wurkkos, but some Wurkkos, is the buttons are mushy. I don't really have issue with the candela. I don't have issues with the emitters. I don't have an issue with like the actual lights themselves. I have an issue with the interface. So the couple of Wurkkos flashlights that I have, the buttons are mushy, and when I actually push the button to engage with the flashlight, it takes a couple of seconds. So like I push a button and then not a couple of seconds, it takes more than 10 milliseconds for the light to turn on. That's kind of slow in the world of flashlights. So if I'm using a flashlight for self-defense purposes and I want to engage someone in their eyes and it takes 10 milliseconds, I mean, someone could throw a punch in 10 milliseconds. So I need a flashlight to be a little bit more user-friendly than that. This is the TS10 1400 lumens max. I can imagine this thing heats up like a mofo at 1400 lumens. The 400 Kelvin, I would probably get 6000 Kelvin, not 4000 Kelvin. I don't like the color, but I do like the orange. The orange is dope. I don't like the green. The let's see, 1300 lumens, 130 meters for beam distance. Yeah, this is not really super duper impressing me. If this flashlight is tested by, I think, the ANSL, I think that's the third party testing. If they use something like that and it has good candela, so like it really will get 130 meters. So this one has up to 4100 candela. Okay. So this one's $15.99. I mean, it's a really good price on sale right now. That's not horrible. It's not horrible, Ashton. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean by the including the knife with it as well. I started fasting, only eating between 2 and 6, so intermittent fasting. Sucks, but already feeling better after a couple of days. I need to do the same thing, bro. When I do fasting and I only allow myself to have coffee and water and I only eat between certain hours, I do feel good. I mean, I get hungry, but I do feel good. Okay, so Ashton says I got the Wuben L50. It's not great, not gonna lie. So I have the L50. The L50 uses, the only big complaint I have about the L50, I think it uses micro USB to recharge. Field trip. Me with Nas, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. If I'm not mistaken, the L50 uses micro USB to recharge. And I got the L50 before I had a relationship with Wuben. Like, I bought it on my own. And it, for a long time, it was my go-to light for when I was out at night rucking and all that type of stuff. But it really did get on my nerves the way you have to recharge it, if I'm not mistaken. I know that they've updated it and they've since replaced it with the C3, I believe. Yeah, it's micro USB. You can kind of see with this picture right here. It's kind of hard to see, but that's a micro USB charger. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. Avoid the L50, okay? Unless someone gives it to you for free. Don't buy the L50. But I've since have replaced it with the C3. And the C3 is the same price. It's updated. It now uses micro USB. It just gets the job done. If you're just looking for an affordable light, it has 1200 lumens. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but look how big the flashlight is. Imagine a 1200 lumen flashlight and a flashlight that has a decent size like this. I think it's like 4.5 inches. That means it won't get very hot. So it can maintain 1200 lumens much longer than the flashlight we just looked at like 5 minutes ago. This thing says it can throw 587 feet. I would need to know the candela. I own this and I don't remember how far I feel like it can throw. So when they estimate the throwing, that's them estimating. I always kind of take a look at the candela and also kind of take a look and see was the flashlight third party tested. So if it was third party testing, it makes me feel a little bit better. But Wuben doesn't really third party test too many of their flashlights. And one thing you may notice, guys, about flashlight pricing and why they're a certain way. Some of the higher end companies send their flashlights out for third party testing for their emitters. And when they do that, they can now like say that their flashlight truly does this or their flashlight truly does that. And so companies such as like Olight, Wuben, Wurkkos, a lot of those folks are not sending their flashlights out for testing by the third party. And so when they go out and they claim it can do this much throw or has this many lumens or whatever, no one tested that but the company themselves. But you got companies like Streamlining, Phoenix, Surefire. It's not all Nightcore flashlights, but some Nightcore flashlights. They're sending their stuff out for testing. And when they do that, they charge more money, but they could say, hey, this was third party tested and this is the type of results that we have. So you may find it like crazy, like why the hell would you get a Stiletto Pro and spend $379 on it? Well, you know, this thing has been tested out the wazoo, and you can definitely use this in conjunction with your weapon to possibly save your freaking life. So that type of stuff really does matter as well. Let's see. Test. Do they even have the testing information on this one? It's not jumping out at me. Not jumping out at me. Specs, features. Gotcha. Q colon in front of your question or comment will gain my attention. A Q colon in front of your question or comment will gain my attention. The Kaiser Veritas in the Olight baton for black and blue color, says Joseph. Field trip. Kaiser just dropped a new fixie. I think they just dropped a new fixed blade that I want to check out. But you have the Kaiser Veritas, which if I'm not S35VN, so $175 feels pricey-ish for S35V. It's getting close to $200. Getting close to $200. And I feel like S35VN is like the beginning of the super steels, right? But I'm looking at the MSRP on their website. Dealer pricing might be cheaper. But bro, do I like the way this knife looks? God damn. This thing is just, I don't know if it's slicey. I don't know how well. Is that a bolster or a frame lock? I can't even really tell. I have no clue. All I can tell you is I like the way this knife looks. I really like the way that looks. I mean, what do you think about it, Joseph? Does it contour? Do the scales contour in your hand? Like, is it something that you enjoy? I like this. I'm going to save this, bro. Save this in my discoveries page. Appreciate that. Speaking of discoveries, so there are some new knives about to drop. Ray Lasagno, if I'm mispronouncing that, my bad. The Bison knife he just designed. It's concept knives, 4.2 inches on the blade length itself. That sounds like when you give me a blade length that big, it sounds like you want this to be a companion knife when I go hunting. Like, that's what that sounds like. You give me a blade length that big. Pricing on this looks like it's going to be coming in at $199 for S35VN, but you're getting a lot of blade, and you're also getting a lot of high-end features. I mean, you're getting titanium that's anodized in multiple different colors. This one's purple. I mean, you can get it in a ton of different colors. So you're getting a frame lock. You're getting a titanium mill clip as well. Is it deep carry? I can't really tell. They got some pretty aggressive finger guards on this damn scales. Keep your finger from sliding up on there. I think I like the way this looks. I just don't know if I like the price. So here's one thing that you're going to start noticing some companies do. You see where they have the US warehouse and then they have the Chinese warehouse. A lot of companies are going to start showing you what they have in stock in their US warehouse and their Chinese warehouse, and the pricing on stuff may start to go up. If they don't have anything in their warehouse in the US and they have to buy it and you click the Chinese one, these prices might actually start going up. So just keep your eyes out for that type of stuff. Keep your eyes out for that type of stuff as you make your purchases. Worksharp, they just had a bunch of creators out. They just dropped this knife. Worksharp did such a good job. I like where people are going. When you have creators come out to your facility, they're bringing their own cameras. They're creating buzz around your release. Now I want to know, like, well, what the hell did Worksharp just drop? That's so smart to me. And then they drop a knife. They dropped the RMX. What does it stand for? I don't know. It is rated Crucible 3V. So CPM 3V for the blade steel. And also you can get it in M390 if you want the larger version. It looks like it's coming in at a fairly reasonable price. At least I thought I saw it at $130. Maybe I'm tripping. I see the photo. Oh, introducing the RXM. Available June 6th. Get on the wait list. Okay. I don't know what the pricing is going to be on this. It says, okay, so the compact version is going to be $130 and the full size will be $140. That feels reasonable, bro. Like, that feels reasonable. You're getting cruise. Well, M390 is steel from Europe, but if you get the CPM, you're getting American steel. I don't know where they're making this. I'm assuming it's made overseas for that type of, the reason they got the price down so low. I mean, it looks like you can get a warranty or you can get a drop point. Now, they call it their first in-house knife line, but that doesn't say in-house made knife. So I don't actually know where these knives are made. I don't particularly care, but some folks, you guys do care about where some stuff is made. So I like to point that out. Look at the wording. First in-house knife line. Doesn't say first in-house made knife. All right. So think about that as well. Also, EDC knife coming in from Vosteed. Now, Vosteed has a lot of knives that I really like. The Nightshade, the Monk, the Marmoset. 2.2 inch cleaver style blade, 14C 28N. It's going to come with a Kydex sheath. This is what you call a straight up and down fixie, a straight up and down EDC fixie. They're dropping this they dropped it 2 days ago. So it should be available to grab. The pricing on this one is going to be coming in at $59. Feels about right. And so, I mean, imagine that. So it's about a 2.2 inch blade. This knife here that I have in my hand is a very small blade as well. It's so small that I had to add a hangman noose to it. And because I couldn't get my finger, it's only a 2-finger type of knife. So I had to add it because otherwise my 2 fingers would just be hanging off of the knife and I wouldn't be able to effectively use this. I don't particularly like putting lanyards and hangman noose and stuff like that on my knives, but sometimes you have to do that. Look at another one though, guys. So they're also listing this again for U.S. customers, meaning the stuff in their U.S. warehouse. It's in stock for their non-U.S. customers everywhere else. When they use non-U.S. customers, they're talking about China. It's low stock. So another brand, another company letting you know what's in stock. And if they don't have a lot of stuff in their warehouses in the United States, that's when pricing gets affected by the tariffs. But hopefully a lot of these companies already had a bunch of these new releases already in stock, and they're not particularly concerned about that. We shall see. Have I tried the Geo knives? I haven't even heard of them. Field trip. Let me look it up real quick, bro. Geo knives. I don't really want to. If I've heard of them before, I would tell you I've heard of them and I'm going to get to it or blah, blah, blah. But Geo knife. This looks like some knives I recently saw on Neves Knives. Jared at Neves Knives was checking out some knives recently. These give me the same vibe. The blaze, the pricing seems okay. Here it is. When these brand new knife companies start coming out, the thing I have an issue with is I don't know how their heat treat is, and I also don't know how their warranty is. So the heat treat is how often you're going to have to be resharpening that bad boy. It doesn't matter what blade steel they choose. Because if they're not good at heat treatment, you're going to be sharpening that shit all the time anyway. And then I don't know how good their warranty process is if they're too new. Like, I've never even heard of this company. Their address is literally down here in China. So they're pretty objective about that. You guys need to get a warehouse in the United States and change your address, though. You're going to need to do that like sooner than later. But that does make me draw pause. So if you're going to be buying knives from companies like this they're not very long in the tooth, they don't have the most history in the world, then just be prepared to maybe not immediately have a warranty. You know, but for all we know, they could be making this shit out of the same factory that makes Civivi knives. Like the tooling already exists, and maybe some guy said, hey, when you guys close the factory at night, can I make some geo knives? We don't know. We have no clue. All right. Now this says pre-order for $69. After you pay, we promise to ship within 30 days. Yeah, so for this type of stuff, I will be making my purchases on, if any dealers carry these knives, I'll be making my purchases on like Blade HQ or DLT or something like that. I don't think I'll be buying directly on their website. You know, I mean, but you know, we got folks like Jared just did a video on them not too long ago.
Bang! Needs Knives, I'm Jared, and here we have the Geo knife. This reminds me of my cousin because...
I mean, hold on, let me throw some headphones on real quick. Because he's saying that he has... Let's check this out.
I have a cousin named George, and, you know, and that's kind of how we, when we write his name, we just write the G-E-O. But anyways, this is the Geo, or the George. I'm going to call it the George.
The George.
And it is very similar. I'm not going to say it's like a copy or anything like that, but it has some similarities to something you think of like the Bug Out. Right?
Okay, that's the vibe I'm getting. Let me see. I wonder what his summary was.
Gets over time, and to see if this thing gets dropped shut, as you see.
Oh yeah, look at that action. The action is trash, but he just pulled it out the box. Maybe he only carried it for a few days, so I don't know.
It's not at all. I can't even. Maybe after I throw some slick 'em all from OCD for EDC, then it just might be. But all in all, I do like it. I do like it. Not everybody wants that wicked drop shutty action. I can still easily open and close it one-handed, and I can still easily use the crossbar lock to open it. So no problems there. And like I said, a lot of people like this action more. It feels less loose and things like that. But
I don't like that action. All right, listen, I'll check it out. Listen, if Jared has taken the time to do a little bit of like a video on it or so, then it might be something I might need to take a peek at. The button on the TS10 by Wurkkos is not mushy. That is good to know, Ashton, because, bro, let me tell you something. I've only had 2 Wurkkos lights, and both of them are mushy. They don't impress me. He said, me when I was, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. I think I already said that, but we'll do it again anyway. Can you recommend a 100% made in the USA wallet, pouch style? A pouch style wallet? Bro, 100% made in America? Somebody in chat might have to help you out with that, because I know pouch style wallets like Daily Carry Co., they're not 100% made in America. And so, but they make the Zipmate is a good wallet, but it's not made 100% in America. And I know that's what you're looking for. So this one's $29. I actually don't know where the hell he makes this at. I can text message the owner of this company and ask him where does he make these wallets, because this is a pouch style of wallet. Let me look for the word made on the page. Made. That's it. So they don't actually disclose where it's made. It might show up on their Amazon listing where they make this at. The only one I could think of, oh, he renamed it to the Rigger pouch. I'm gonna text message him, because the Rigger pouch doesn't really roll off the tongue, bro. Okay, I know what a rigger is. All right, I had to do some rigging when I was in the Marine Corps, but rigger is just really close to the other word. All right, I would just say the rigger is real close to the it's real close to the other word. And so when I was in the Marine Corps, I did spy rigging. And so this is me being hooked to the bottom of an aircraft before we started spy rigging. So basically they hook you to the bottom of an aircraft with a rope, and then that aircraft in the back takes off and everyone is lifted below the helo. And so this is us in the air on that helo, and that's called spy rigging. And it's a tactical insertion tool and a tactical extraction tool that we use in the Marine Corps to get people out of areas where helos can't land, or if we want to quickly drop off troops in a specific area. we can do spy rigging. And then there's people who are riggers in the Marine Corps who help rig parachutes for our recon Marines. But like to actually name your stuff the rigger, I don't know about that, bro. I might email him. I can't get myself to buy a light that doesn't have the ability to swap batteries. Yeah, I was real big on AA or AAA only, which I still am. But if the flashlight has a built-in battery only, it does make me draw pause, Ashton. I will admit to that. I will admit to that. I love my grandfather. I got my grandfather the C3 and he loves it. He can remember the UI too. So he actually knows the user interface. I know if I gave my grandfather a flashlight and it didn't just simply say on and off, he wouldn't use it. He's not going to use it. What up? I got the Casio World Time watch on the wrist, and in the pocket he has the Wuben X2 Pro and the Kershaw Appa. Here's the thing, bro. The Wuben X2 Pro is the predecessor to this Wuben X4 that I've been testing out, and this thing, I would rather have the X2 Pro. This is the newer one. This is the X4. But I would rather have the X2 Pro. And I see what they're trying to do here, but you're doing good with the X2 Pro. Thoughts on the Kershaw knives for EDC? I like the Kershaw Iridium. I like the Kershaw Leak a lot. Ken Onion design. But those are the only two Kershaws that I own. I want the Bel Air. But when I shop for the Bel Air, I'm oftentimes field trip. I know it's Magna Cut. I know it is made in America. And I know, so on the base website, shopmyexchange.com, it's $161. That's tax free. That's about how much it is on Amazon, but I don't have to pay the taxes if I buy it on base. But it's a Magna Cut blade steel, but the scales is the thing that doesn't impress me, at least for the base model. I think you can get Bel Air with different scales, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's coming in with carbon fiber on Blade HQ. It looks like it has is that titanium or aluminium scale? They have a lot of different versions of the Bel Air. This is what I want to get from Kershaw. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. What are the thoughts on the Vosteed fullback? Says Ashton. The Vosteed fullback. Foot trip. This is going to be literally just thoughts on the look of it, because I've never had my phalanges on the fullback. So there's a halfback and a fullback when it comes to these. $79 Nitro V. This is the good pricing. Okay, here's the issue I had with, and this is what I told Jeremy Sires when he came out with his Nitro V blade with Big Idea Designs. It was Nitro V, and he wants $300. I mean, I can get a Nitro V fixie from Vosteed or from Kershaw or Kaiser rather for like $100. I mean, this one here is $79. First impressions, there's nothing super impressive about it. I mean, it looks functional. It looks like a knife I've seen 30 times before. The thing that most impressed me about it is the pricing. But I mean, that's about it. I thought they had a halfback. They don't. If they got a fullback, they don't have a halfback. I would imagine they would, right? I guess not. Do you like the direction Montana Knife Company is heading? Says Derek. So I actually need to reach out to the. First off, let me say something. I don't like creators, YouTubers, anybody that name drops people immediately when you name a company. So I try not to do that. I'm doing it again. I said it with Daily Carry Co., but I try not to do that. I get on Best Damn EDC because he does that shit a lot. That being said, I have a long history of Montana Knife Company because they are being sued by Benchmade Knife Company. that case has seemed to sputter and come to a conclusion. They're in the middle of building their warehouse. So I just hope that as they continue to build out their facilities and stuff like that. So this is when they broke ground in October of 2024. This thing's going to be done. In my opinion, I think they're going to be done with this before 2025 is over. They just broke ground in October. And this thing is just flying up. I hope that, I really do hope that they are able to not go too political. So I don't know what Brandon, the co-owner of the companies, I have no clue what his political persuasions are, but I know what Josh Smith's are. And I have no issues if you're a Trumper or if you're not a Trumper, but I do believe that if you're trying to make a apolitical product, whether it's coffee or knives, cups or tables, that it could affect your bottom line. Just like the owner of Nike says, like, Republicans buy sneakers too. And I don't want them to get so political that some people feel that they're not able to hire like the best talent or to have some of the best customers. So in that hopes, I do hope that doesn't affect their business, because I really like their knives. I really like the master bladesmith who is Josh Smith. He's freaking making it happen. And he has great ideas. I just don't want anything that's going political with the owners to affect the product in their infancy. I mean, they are still a newer company, and I want them to continue to grow. So it just really depends. Any recommendations for a mid to large size flashlight to keep in my bag? Normally have a baton for it in my pocket, says Paul. So if you want to be able to, you said mid to large size to keep in a bag. I'm going to tell you right now, my favorite mid-size flashlight right now has been the Phoenix PD36R Pro. Great emitters, fantastic beam distance, great candela, does not fit very well in your pocket. It is promoted as a bag type of flashlight. You can swap out, it's a 21700 battery instead of an 18650 battery, which means it has a bigger, beefier battery. You can use it for protection. It has a momentary switch. It's easy to use. It charges with USB Type-C. I'm glazing it because I like it. The Phoenix PD36R Pro is probably my favorite flashlight when it comes to like a mid-size flash that sits on my plate carrier whenever I go rucking. 2800 lumens. I think it's a really good flashlight. And the reason that I recommend something like that versus even this flashlight I have on my desk by Loop Gear, I mean, this thing's nice, but I've never heard of Loop Gear. B, I don't know how many years that they have in this flashlight game. I don't know what type of experience you're going to have with the warranty process of this. It's a little bit fat in the hand. It gets a little bit fatiguing to hold for a long time. This is the flashlight I can recommend. If you don't want to spend $120, then I would recommend the PD35. I think that's a little bit cheaper. Field trip. Let's see, PD35. So the PD35 right now is $80. That uses 18650 instead of a 21700. But it also, you can change the battery out if you need to. But I really like the Phoenix PD36R Pro. And if you're wondering about just like my overall thoughts of flashlights, Paul, not trying to promote my own shit, but I am also trying to promote my own shit. I have done a flashlight roundup, Marine X flashlight. So I did a video recently called, I say recently, I did it 8 months ago. It's called the 9 best EDC flashlights. You can check this one out as well. The #1 category for the big boy was the Phoenix PD36R Pro. If you're curious about that, you can go watch that after you watch this. I'll throw it in chat, what makes it a little bit easier for you to find and all of that good stuff. Let me go to the chat real quick. The Surefire G2X flashlight is on sale for $59 on the Borelli website. Borelli, man, let me tell you something. Borelli makes some shit happen, bro. They really do make some stuff happen. I'm trying to get to my chat of this live stream. But Borelli is, obviously they sell a lot of boomstick stuff. But one thing that they're really good for is they would just have a good sale on non-boomstick related, non-gun related materials, like real quick to do that type of stuff. So you are saying that on Borelli, the Surefire G2X. Okay. So $59. That's a good price. That's a good price. This is a bigger flashlight. This is like comparable. This is 600 lumens, but it's a big flashlight that's pumping out 600 lumens. Aluminum and polymer is the build material. Yeah, I kind of like this price. I kind of like this price. That's not a bad price at all. I'll link that up for you as well. But yeah, man, it's just so many different great options out there when it comes to flashlights. I'm all about carrying a flashlight on you every single day. Doesn't matter if it's the middle of the summer or freaking early winter. Get out there, make sure you got a flashlight on you, because you just never know when you're going to be called upon to be at the ready to help somebody find some shit or help yourself find some shit. I'm touting the CJRB Pyrite XL Alt, the Mini RSK, and a Leatherman Surge, and a Convoy T6. The CJRB Pyrite XL Alt. I might need to look that up, because I don't know if I 100% remember what that one looks like. I know what the Pyrite Light looks like. I know what a Pyrite looks like. But the Pyrite Alt XL. So the Pyrite family has gotten pretty freaking big. Okay, so it's just a big version of the Pyrite Light. Or the Alt is a warning and it has a thumb hole. Okay. I like the Pyrite Light. I like what they're doing with it. Nothing has to be super crazy about it. So check that out for sure. Did the video on that. Okay, make sure. I'm looking at the Benchmade Mini Adira for EDCs. So they have gone down in price for sales that I know of. So if you're looking at the Mini Adira, I guess you're around water a lot, or you just like the way it looks. Which one is it? Because Benchmade is just kind of one of those companies where our price is our price. Take it or leave it. They did just drop the Mini Adira in a new variant. I love the way the new variant looks. I mean, the new variant is definitely getting Grandpa excited. I don't know if they're strictly selling the new. So the new coloration of it has this, like, I don't know. It's a drop point. It's a drop point Magna Cut. So if we're comparing this Magna Cut to other brands, this is still pricey because of the scales. Because yeah, it's CPM Magna Cut, but it's polymer scales. A lot of companies for $240 will give you a Magna Cut knife, but they'll also give you titanium. They'll give you a denim micarta. They'll give you carbon fiber. They'll give you G10 with some some inlays. They'll do all sorts of shit for $240. Benchmade ain't doing that shit. You get Magna Cut, it's gonna be $240, but you are getting polymer scales. Mainly because they want the corrosion resistance. They got the Cerakote blue finish on this. They want you to use this around water. So it's like a deckhand. I mean, $240 for me personally, I wouldn't pay it just because of the scales, but I would pay $240 for a Benchmade knife. I've done it plenty of times. I just wouldn't pay $240 for this Benchmade knife because the scales are the only thing that makes me feel like, yeah, I don't know about that. You know, but it's been plenty of times when I've freaking blew my load on a Benchmade that's cost me more than $200. But I usually feel like I'm getting a total package when I go through and do stuff like that. Do they have the Adira on the base? I don't know if you're a vet or currently active duty, but they may have the knife. If you are able to access on base, my recommendation would be to wait for it to go on sale, because they have the Adira knife on base for $240. Now this is the regular size, not the mini, but you're still getting the Magna Cut. So if it's $240 on base normally sells Benchmade's go on sale once a month or so. So this knife at some point will probably drop down to like 180 or 160 on base. Now at that price, $180, still Magna Cut, polymer scales or not, I might take it. I might have to take that. Any other new arrivals when it comes to Benchmade on base? Not right now. Oh no, they do have the new Adira, but not, they have the full size one. This is a 3.6 inch blade. They don't have the mini one, which is 3.2 inches. But even on base, the full size one's only 210. So if you are a vet, then maybe you could take advantage of that as well. Father knows best. I'm not sure your status, but hopefully that helps out a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what the model, but I found a CRKT knife for hunting. Someone must have dropped lost in the leaves. Crazy. Yeah, Columbia River Knife and Tool, man, they've been pumping out knives. They have so many SKUs. They have over 500 SKUs, over 500 models of knives. So, and they definitely warranty the knife. CRKT warranties the knife, not the purchaser. So if you found that knife out hunting and you have an issue with it, you should be able to send it in to CRKT and they'll take care of it for you. Max Level did a video as well. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Yeah, it says rigor isn't great. I will concur with that. Wuben E7 all day. Brian, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had the E7 since it came out, so it's been over a year and a half. I like the fact on the Wuben E7 you can buy the expansion tube and put a bigger battery inside. Like it comes with the smaller battery, I think an 18350, but you can get the expansion tube and you can put an 18650 in there. Bro, I really like that feature. And the E7 has done nothing but come down in price since it came out. When I did my video on it, it was like $40. If you spend more than $35 on a Wuben E7 nowadays, then I got a bridge I can sell for you. I got one I can hook you up with. But you can get the Wuben E7 with the expansion tube. It doesn't come with the headband. You have to buy that separately, but the headband's pretty shitty. So I would just skip that anyway. But if you get this expansion tube, you can throw an 18650 battery in there. If you don't want to do that, it just comes like this, where you can use an 18350 battery. Whatever the case may be, it's a great engineering on Wuben on this one. Great engineering on that one. They did a good job on that. Grismo, Saga, or the Herman EPA for the EDC pin. Field trip. So here's the thing about like my everyday carry pin. Once I have a brand or I have one that I really like I really just kind of stick with it because I like it a ton. So what I've been mainly using for recently has been the Journeyman by Wingback, which also costs about $330. This one looks like it has a fidget factor at the very end, Ape Coach, and that almost immediately grabs me by the scrotum. Here's the thing. If you I would always watch videos on it because I've never put my hands on this pen. If it looks like the ergos of the person using it on a YouTube video feels good, and if you like, it looks like you can spin the top of this, which if you can spin the top of this and it does have a fidget factor, that's a bonus in my book. If it uses common refills, which it does, because it looks like it used Smith P900F, which means you can also probably interchange these out with some type of G2 refill, or probably you can get a Right in the Rain refill. So I like the fact that it does that. And I know, guys, $300 sounds like a lot for a pen, but you got to remember, for a pen, if you're using the same pen for a very long time, it's going to bring memories with you for life. As I mentioned before, I used a tactile turn pen to sign the birth certificate for my son, who we didn't think was going to make it out the NICU. So every time I pick up that tactile turn pen, I think about my son. I think about those months we spent in the NICU with a kid that was born 3 months early. You know, so those type of things I think about as well. This pen here is pretty freaking dope. The Herman Epic 21 of 25 first production run. I like the other pen more just off aesthetics, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. But what are these refills? What are the refills on this? So it's made of stainless steel. Okay. This is where you lost me, bro. This is where you lost me. It uses Fisher's Space Pen. I hate the way Fisher Space Pen write on a high-end pen. I like Fisher Space Pen on Right in the Rain pens only, okay? But I will say, Fisher Space Pens, you normally can swap those out with a Schmidt. But me personally, I'm not interested in spending $229 on a pen. I'm going to have to immediately swap out the refill. I'm not really interested in doing that. But to each their own, because my go-to pen for like my one and done pen that I personally buy, I know it's going to cost me a lot, but the Wingback Journeyman pen is my go-to right now. I have it in black stainless, so it's $366. I love the refills. I love the knurling. That's my favorite part, is it does have this good knurling at the bottom. This is made of aerospace grade 316 stainless steel. And it does use Pilot G2 ink. So you can buy that shit all over the place. So it's really up to you. Did you ever try EDC fidgets? Yeah, I tried them a little bit, bro. And it's just not for me. I like fidget components of my EDC. Like, listen to my ring. So this ring is called Project Ratchet. So I like components of my EDC to have fidget factors, but I don't like fidgets, if that makes sense. So this is called the Project Ratchet ring. And the thing about this is $169. I get that. But it ratchets. So every now and again, while it's on my finger, I can just spin it around, and it's something to kind of fidget with. And so that's what I like about it. It's $169. If you have to wear a ring anyways, there you go. That might be something that you want to look into if you really want to fidget. Just got another one in kayak. Nice. Mr. Skiller, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Appreciate that, man. You got the headband. Yeah, they sent me the headband, Brian, and you might like it better than I got locks, so the headband, like, it gets caught in my locks. But if you don't have that issue, like, premium headbands are made by Coast. They make a great headband on a headlamp. and a couple of them by Phoenix. But that one from Wuben, the one from Olight, they're both shitty. And I also don't like headbands that have hook and loop, because I have locks and Velcro sticks to the actual hook features of hook and loop, hooks to my hair, and I don't like that shit. Let's see. B&H is a great place to get Vortex gear. Interesting. I get Vortex gear from sometimes I get Vortex gear from a secondhand Army Navy store. Plastic lights make me cringe, not gonna lie. I mean, so plastic lights make me cringe, not gonna lie. So a lot of lights, the baseline for a lot of lights is polymer, which is a high-end plastic. And then a lot of lights, the baseline for a lot of them is aluminium. But a lot of lights, a lot of high-end lights, the base component of them, before you feel the aluminium part, the part that you can't touch, is usually polymer. So let me see. Streamlight wedge components. Because I think the Streamlight wedge, the part that we feel, is aluminium. But I think the baseline, the part underneath, I believe is polymer. So let's see. Yeah, they don't necessarily put the components on, but a lot of flashlights have a build of polymer and aluminium, and then sometimes they'll have stainless steel on the very outside, but that's not the internals of all flashlights, especially like high-end ones. Man, they've came out with a lot of colors for this flashlight. Like, this thing is crazy popular now. I have it in purple and I have it in brown. I didn't know they came out with red and green. I knew they had black and red. I mean, black and orange. Interesting. I use the Olight Arc Felt Pro and the Baton 3 Pro. For me, both are amazing. Yeah, so I forget the name of the company, but they just copied the Olight Arc Felt. Matter of fact, they were so brazen with the copying of their Olight. Through Night, that's who it is. They were so brazen with the copying of their flashlight. They even put in the email, they said, hey, can we send you this flashlight? And when we send you the flashlight, can you compare it with the Olight Arc Felt? And I emailed them back. I said, did y'all just say copy and paste in the factory? They said, we just launched this dual light source EDC flashlight. It's called the Through Night Defender. We want to send it to you. We would love if you made a comparison video with the Olight Arc Felt. For them to say that, they know their pricing is cheaper. I don't know if they're making it in the same factory. I mean, but look at it. Look at it. True Budget, have you gotten your hands on this yet? I mean, it looks interesting. And if you want to save some money, I told them they can send it to me. I may not do a video, but they're more than welcome to send it to me. So it is made of aluminium, for the hardened aluminium for the outside. I'm assuming maybe it's aluminium through and through. I don't know. Magnetic base, convenient charging, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's an Olight Arc Felt copied and pasted. A deckhand has to have a sheep foot. You know what? I don't think they make that Benchmade in a sheep foot style. That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't think they make it in a sheep foot style. Benchmade is a scam. What part of it is a scam, Marcio? I've done a lot of videos on Benchmade. I've talked to their marketing guys. I've researched all the controversies they've been in since the son took over the company. You know, I know a lot about them, all their lawsuits. What part of them is a scam? Let me know in the comments. The SOKN from Civivi is definitely something I'll be enjoying a lot as well, says Fred. Okay. Gotcha. Brother's recently retirement. See if he can find one. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Bro, I'm just telling you, man. Benchmade, they've done some stuff in the past that makes me draw pause. They've done some stuff in the past that makes me draw pause, but I try to give them a fair shake when I can. I try to give them a fair shake when I can. A few deals that I've popped up on my attention lately. Let's see. Now, some of this stuff, G-Ball Vision, thanks for kicking the door in, guy. So some of this stuff that I've seen lately. So I guess O-Knife, when they came out with this flashlight, or excuse me, when O-Knife came out with this knife, the sister company of O-Light, they sent it to a bunch of creators. They sold it for $99. If you wanted it with the lanyard, it was like $105 or something like that. It just seems to always be discounted at $84 now. I don't know how an ambidextrous frame lock is going to work for aluminium, but there you go. They also have, I saw this on a deal yesterday. I guess the deal is over. I should have showed it to you yesterday. The Kaiser Mini Harpoon was $50 instead of $59. Specifically, the one that I like is the one that's 3V, CPM 3V versus the D2. It's kind of the one I've always kind of had my eyes on. The Kaiser Nice guys, $28 right now, $28.99. So I know a lot of people like the Nice Guy. It's not a bad price for a little EDC beat 'em up. The EDC, and I'm just showing you guys this. You can pull up your Amazon app, throw it in the cart. I don't even have any of this stuff linked up down below. This is just some stuff that I saw and I thought was interesting. So the Nikkor EDC 27, biggest complaint about this is you cannot exchange the battery, but it's still a great flashlight. $89 is the normal price. $71 is a good savings, 20% off. So that might be something that you might want to check out. I've done a video on that. This Initech sling bag, this thing, it keeps living around the $35 mark. It's $37 right now. This is a decent starter if you're trying to figure out if you want to get into carrying a sling bag. This is big enough to carry a 16-ounce water bottle. It doesn't look like it, but it does have a lot of features in it. Very base model. You can see that picture right there. Kind of has like an umbrella in there. It has a separate umbrella compartment, which you can also use for a water bottle. So that's what's up. You got the same flashlight I was just talking about is 20% off plus additional 10%, so you can get 30% off of this altogether. As I mentioned, it's a pretty good flashlight, but I'm not going to necessarily tell you it's going to be the best warranty process, because I have no effing clue. Buy it through Amazon. Don't buy it on their website. Put it like that. Okay, this is on sale still. Home and Hatfield. This is the Armada. I have this unit right now. This is what I use to hold all my knives. This is normally a good price on this is $400. Right now, $359 is a really good price for this. This thing is humongous. 5 knives on top, and then you can hold an additional 40 knives in the drawers. Mine probably has like 60 knives in it right now. So I like this. It's designed in the USA. I think it's made in Taiwan. Don't quote me on that. But the Armada Home and Half, if you just put in Home and Hatfield premium display case, it should pop up. I don't know why they don't just put Armada in the naming, because right here it says Armada knife display, but in the title it doesn't say that. So that's weird. This Maxpedition Gear tactical can case, this might be something for you to put in your travel stuff. Any type of small knickknacks that you have, your REs, maybe smaller flashlights. $15. Maxpedition's been making good gear for years. Now EcoFlow is coming out. The Delta 2, which I'm using right now. Okay, the Delta 2 is being deployed here at my man cave desk as we speak. Can I show it? Let me see if I can show it. See if I can switch cameras for y'all real quick, man. My my Delta 2. Hold on, let me see. Let's switch to my iPhone camera. There we go. Sorry if I make y'all dizzy. But so that's my Delta 2 being used right now. I'm using that right now to run my setup here in the man cave for this man cave desk. And the Delta 2 is a great unit. They've replaced it with the Delta 3 Plus. But this is a phenomenal price. $448 is a great price. That puts this thing less than 50 cents a watt hour. The best price I've ever seen on this is $419. But they're giving you the bag, which I don't own. The bag for this thing is a $99 value. And so that bag back there makes this really like a $348 purchase. The reason that they went with this price is because they look at their competitors' pricing. And yesterday, this was $448. So that's why EcoFlow dropped theirs to $448. But they kept theirs $448 longer than Anchor did. I also own this unit. I like the EcoFlow more. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, I thought these were earbuds. My Google Pixel Buds Pro, one of them no longer works. So only the left earbud works. My Sony earbuds, they always fall out of my ear. So, and I have some cheaper earbuds that have been sent to me by some companies, but I really want some high-end earbuds. So I've really been looking at these Power Beats 2. They finally went on sale for the first time. I think I'm going to snatch them up. Anybody own these? Let me know. You use these every day? Are they a part of your everyday carry? Oh, this is no longer on sale. Never mind. I'm going through stuff that I set aside for you guys. Oh, okay. I'm also looking to update my dash cam. So my dash cam right now only does 1080p and it uses micro USB, and I want to update it to USB-C. And I want to wait. Can you no longer hear me? You can no longer hear me. Let me know. Test, 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 loud and clear. And then we also have, I'm thinking about getting this because it's $99 with a 30% coupon. Or $30 coupon. I might need to pick that up. And what was the last one I had here? Oh yeah, the slushy machine. It's not really on sale anymore. I'm thinking about getting this for the man cave. Thinking about getting that for the man cave. Fredo says, is there something similar to the snack break sling that you could recommend? I don't like the snack break, but I like the snack break, but I don't like the price. Oh, I did lose audio. Hold on. Test, 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 test. Oh, the audio's off. Test, test, test. He can hear me. Yeah, refresh your, let me go to my live stream. Refresh the live stream. I'm going to go listen to it real quick to see if it's working. Ashton can hear. My bad. Not trying to take y'all down a rabbit hole, but I want y'all also to be able to hear. I still hear. Okay. We're going to go to my live stream real quick, and I'm going to listen to it. Ashton can hear. My bad. Not trying to take y'all down a rabbit hole, but I want y'all also to be able to hear. Yeah, I hear it. I still hear. Okay. We're going to go to my live stream real quick, and I'm going to listen to it. Yeah, I think I'm doing all right. So if it's not working for you guys, then you might have to just refresh your, you might just need to refresh your feed. All right. So anyhow, we got the, okay. Do I recommend anything besides the snack break sling? Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I did a video on the snack break. And my biggest complaint, I told this to the owner of the company. I texted to him, and was the price. Like, the snack break is it's a decent little bag, or a decent little pouch. If you go look at my Fredo, if you go look at my snack break video, I think I recommended the alpaca tech pouch. I think I recommended the alpaca tech pouch because I really like the snack break pouch. It's just that pricing is really hard. He's making it in America. I think it's just him and his brother that's making these things in a warehouse.
This is
let's see. And my bottom line up front recommendation for this, if I remember correctly, let me listen to my bluff.
Crew snack break sling, and this is the latest in the line of Data Crew products, which are made in America. They have a style to them which are unique in the everyday carry community. And I'm going to give you my bottom line up front. If you are down with the footprint, the signature, and the stylings of Data Crew and this type of items that they put out, everything from the What a Junior, the What a Slider, the snack break sling, the snack time sling, all that type of stuff, and you're okay with the price point, you want something made in America, and you want to support your local villain, buy it. Go ahead, snag it.
Yeah, that was my summary. If you're okay with the if you're okay with this pricing, go snatch it up. But it is $165, bro. And it is not that much room inside of this bad boy. When you can go get yourself the Alpaca Elements Tech case, which does 80% of what the snack break does, it just doesn't have the REs on the front. Right now it's on sale for $49 in their outlet. If you don't want to do the outlet pricing, you can just buy it regular. In the Element Tech case right now, I think its full price is like $69. I mean, it's just hard. Oh, it looks like they it looked like it's only available in the outlet. Interesting. It might be getting discontinued. So if you want the Element Tech case, Fredo, you might have to snatch that thing up sooner than later. Gotcha. Interesting. But man, I'm gonna put on my thinking cap for you, Fredo. Yeah, hopefully there's some different options that come out. I found out my dad is a prepper. I received this entire bug out bag kit and a whole lot of survival supplies I didn't even know he owned. Yeah, my kids are gonna find a bunch of shit that I'm gonna give them. It's gonna be a lot of pre-made, like pre-purchased by companies survival kits, whether it is by Life Gear. You got stuff from Rhino Ready. I've tested all those out. Bug out kits that I've made myself. Just stuff from Preppy. All sorts of shit. They're going to have no clue. They're going to have no clue about. So we'll see how that goes as well. But hey guys, I appreciate y'all kicking again for another live stream. I just wanted to do a little bit of Q&A with y'all and kind of make some different things happen and all of that good stuff. I'm going to get back to lunch. Then I'm going to get back to work because YouTube's not my full-time gig. If this is your first time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of the battalion. I'm about to drop a video on the tariffs and my thoughts on that. I can't direct you to that video, but it should pop up in your feed here in a second. So for everyone else, we will speak soon.